The sky was too quiet. In every major city, New York, Beijing, London, Karachi, people looked up and saw it. A giant alien ship. Smooth, black and silent like a dead star. It didn't move. It didn't send a message. It just hovered above Earth, blocking out the sun. At first, people waited. They thought maybe it was a mistake, a satellite, a shadow. But then the power died. Phones, internet, cars, even planes fell from the sky. Everything went dark. Panic followed. The leaders of Earth gathered underground, inside a cold metal bunker. In Switzerland. Who are they? Asked the President of the United States. No one answered. Have they sent anything? Asked a European general. A technician with shaking hands replied. Just one message. It came in every language. Even dead ones. He pressed a button. The message echoed through the room. You have no place in the stars. Surrender now, or be wiped from the galaxy. There was silence. Then someone whispered, should we surrender? A soldier slammed his fist on the table. No, we fight. Another leader laughed bitterly. With what? Guns that don't work? Satellites that are blind? But far away, in the freezing wilds of Alaska, an old man named Harris lit a fire. In a tiny cabin, his hands were rough, his beard long. He had once been a warrior. Now he was just a memory. Until that night. A red light blinked inside a sealed metal box in the corner. Harris stood, eyes sharp again. He opened the box with a rusted key. Inside was a black device, a transmitter. He turned it on. It buzzed with life. Code 71, he said into it. Repeat, Code 71, Earth has fallen silent. Time to wake the old. Ghosts. The device blinked once. Then it beeped. Message sent. They thought Earth had no teeth. They were wrong. High above Earth, inside the alien mothership, Commander Zalak stood in front of a giant screen. His skin was pale gray. His eyes had no pupils. He was old, older than human history itself. We have taken this world without effort, he said to his crew. A younger alien bowed. Yes, Commander. Their machines are silent. Their leaders are confused. Zalak nodded. Good. Begin the extraction. Strip their planet. But just then, a warning light flashed. A drone ship, one of the small scout units, had been destroyed. How? Zalak demanded. No answer, said his officer. It fell over the Pacific. Burned before it could transmit. Zalak frowned. Humans are clever rats. Always remember that. In a secret cave beneath the Rocky Mountains, old lights turned on for the first time in 50 years. A machine hummed. A wall opened. And behind it, a weapon stood. It wasn't nuclear. It wasn't magic. It was something built in fear of this exact moment. Harris arrived by chopper. The wind screamed, but he was calm. A younger soldier met him. Sir, we thought the project was dead. It was, Harris said. Now it's angry. He placed his hand on a scanner. The weapon unlocked. Blue lights crawled up the metal. It spoke in a soft female voice. Welcome back, Harris. Time. To defend Earth? He smiled. Let's show them Earth was never silent. That night, the alien ship fired its first shot. A giant beam of white light hit Washington. D.C. Everything vanished. People screamed across the world, we're next. They cried, they're wiping us out. But instead of fear, something else woke up. Across Africa, Asia, and the Americas, hidden cells of resistance activated. They had no orders. No leaders, just one belief. Humans never run. In Tokyo, a teenager hacked into an alien drone using nothing but an old laptop and wires pulled from a broken car. In Nigeria, farmers used old tools to trap a 6-legged alien mech. It exploded, killing the entire field, but they didn't care. They laughed while they burned. Commander Zalak was growing angry. This planet resists without logic. He shouted, they do not act like other species, said his second in command. They are wild. Zalak leaned forward. They are dangerous. He watched one feed from New Delhi. A human girl no older than 10 ran into a group of alien soldiers with a backpack full of fire. She never came back, but she took them all with her. Zalak turned away. They are not supposed to be like this. Then, another alert flashed. A strange signal. It wasn't alien. It was human. And old.za Locke ordered it translated. The message said only one word: run. The aliens began pulling back to their ship, confused and afraid. Their weapons worked less and less. Earth's air had changed. Their own tech was being hacked from below.z. A Locke tried to understand. Why aren't they breaking? An old alien. A historian spoke carefully. Long ago, before Earth was locked from space, the humans killed a star beast. With fire and stone, we erased the records, but maybe they remembered. Zalak stared at him. You mean they've done this before? The historian nodded. And they never forget a war. The next day, the sky over Earth changed. Not dark clouds, but metal wings. One ship, old, silent, not from any human military. It had no flag. No signal. Just scars. The weapon Harris had reactivated wasn't a bomb, it was a Guardian. A machine built in secret after Earth's first contact long ago. It had waited for this day. The alien ship opened fire. The human warship didn't move. Then, without warning, it launched a single pulse of blue light. The alien mothership cracked like glass. Pieces rained into the ocean. Z. A Locke screamed. Retreat. All units retreat. But it was too late. The humans didn't chase them. They just watched. Days passed. The sky cleared. People came out from underground. The world was broken, but still alive. Harris stood outside the ruins of the bunker. A child walked up to him and asked, "Are they gone?" "For now," he said. "Will they come back?" He looked at the stars. "Maybe." "Then what will we do?" He smiled. "We'll be ready. This time they'll remember Earth." The child looked up. "Why?" Harris bent down and whispered, "Because we never run." The alien mothership hovered above Earth like a silent god. It had already destroyed Washington, D.C. in a single shot. Humans had no chance, at least. That's what the invaders thought. Commander Zalak stood inside the command room of the mothership. His cold eyes scanned the screen. Begin ground attack. Take their cities. Break their will. The officer next to him nodded. Deploying now. Thousands of drop pods launched from the ship. They looked like falling stars. Each one carried 6 alien soldiers, tall, armored, with sharp weapons and no mercy. The first pods crashed into New York. A bright flash, a loud roar, and then silence. The alien troops stepped out and scanned the area. Buildings stood tall. Streets were empty. Where are the humans? One soldier asked. His commander replied, "Hiding. Just like the weak do." They moved forward, slow and confident. One alien tapped his helmet. Weapons online. Scanned for movement. Suddenly, a buzzing noise. His gun powered off. He hit it. "My rifle, it's dead." Another alien tried to activate his shield. Nothing happened. "Commander, something's wrong. All our gear is failing." "Fall back," the alien commander shouted. "Back to the pod." But it was too late. A loud beep echoed through the street. A small rolling robot zipped toward them. It looked broken. Junk, really. But at WSN single quotes to boom. The explosion wiped out the squad. Miles away, underground in a forgotten subway tunnel, a group of human fighters watched through hacked cameras. "Yes," shouted Zara, a teenage hacker with purple hair. "I told you the EMP mine would work." A man with a scarred face nodded. "Good job, but they'll send more." He turned to the others. "We've got one shot at this. Let's make Earth too dangerous for them." Zara smiled. "Let's break their toys." In Paris, the same thing happened. Pods dropped. Aliens walked out. Weapons ready. But every system shut down. Guns jammed. Helmets turned black. Their ships couldn't fly in seconds. They were hit by hidden humans using old weapons, knives, fire, even sharpened metal poles. A soldier named Kamal from Pakistan led one of the teams. He used an old motorcycle engine to power a magnetic trap. The aliens stepped into it, and their suits froze. Kamal laughed. "You may be advanced, but you're not smart." They lit the field on fire. Back on the alien mothership, Commander Zalak watched in shock. "All over the planet, our strike teams are failing," an officer reported. Zalak slammed his fist on the table. "Why? Their tech is primitive. They're using something old, electromagnetic bursts. Crude, but effective." Zalak shook his head. "Impossible. Our systems are shielded." "Not from inside," said a quiet voice. Everyone turned. It was the alien scientist, Salak, their top engineer. "What did you say?" Zalak asked. Salak walked forward. "They're hacking our systems. Somehow they're getting inside our tech." Zalak narrowed his eyes. "How?" Salak looked nervous. "Through sound, through radio, through our own signals." Zalak stared at the main screen. It showed Earth. Small, blue, burning in parts but not broken. He growled, "Find out how they're doing it. Now." In an abandoned warehouse in Mexico City, Zara and her team gathered around an old table. Wires, laptops, and broken alien parts were everywhere. "We need to talk about the ghost signal," she said. "What ghost signal?" Someone asked. Zara played a short audio file. It was just static until the end, when a soft voice whispered, "We're still here." The room went quiet. "That's not from us," she said. "That came from space, from inside their ship." A young soldier frowned. "So they're being hacked by someone else?" Zara nodded. "Someone on Earth. Someone with access to alien code." Back in orbit, Salak was deep in research. "They've rewritten part of our language protocol," he told Zalak. "Our code is no longer ours." Zalak stepped back. "You're saying we've been infected?" Salak looked pale. "Worse, we've been understood," Zalak whispered. "That's not possible. Their kind humans are too young, too chaotic." Salak replied, "That chaos is exactly how they did it." Meanwhile, in a mountain base in Norway, a secret group of humans met. They wore no uniforms, no medals, just knowledge. They were scientists, ex-hackers, and engineers once fired for being too dangerous. One of them, an old woman named Dr. Kessler, stood at the front. "We have access to one of their fallen drones. We've broken part of the language. That's how we're jamming their weapons." Someone asked, "But for how long?" She looked down. "Not long. They're adapting. But if we can reach the main core, we can break the whole ship." "How?" "By making it think Earth is poison." Commander Zalak stared at the Earth below. "We sent our first strike," he said, "and they destroyed it without a fleet, without a leader." He looked at the map blinking red across every continent. "Our soldiers are being captured. Our machines turned against us." He turned to Selek. "Prepare the second strike." Selek hesitated. "If we attack again and fail again, our crew may panic." Zalok's voice turned cold. "Then remove those who panic." The second wave came faster. Bigger pods, stronger weapons, new signals to block the human hacks. They dropped into Mumbai, Cairo, Chicago, and Sydney. But this time, humans were waiting. They had already moved underground. Traps had been laid. Old radios kept transmitting fake alien signals. Drones flew in circles, spreading confusion. The aliens attacked shadows. The humans attacked reality. In Cairo, an old blind man led a team through tunnels. "Use your ears, not your eyes," he said. "That's how we survive." In Chicago, a group of kids with baseball bats ambushed a squad of confused aliens. The kids ran, laughed, fought, fell, got back up. Humanity was bleeding, but not broken. on the alien ship. Zalak had lost patience. "Destroy the city," he ordered. A blast hit Sydney. The tower fell. Fires burned, but then something happened. The sky lit up. Not from the alien beam, but from Earth's response. A human warplane, once thought destroyed, flew straight at the mothership. It was covered in alien armor. Painted by hand, cracked, burning. Inside it was a single pilot. He said nothing. He fired one missile. The alien ship's left wing exploded. Zalak stared at the screen. That shouldn't be possible. Back in Zara's hideout, the radios crackled. AGAIN, a new voice this time. Not alien. Not human. A mix of both. It said, "Your first strike failed. You forgot who we are." The room fell silent. Then Zara stood up, smiling. "They don't get it, do they?" "Get what?" someone asked. She pointed to the burned drone on the table. "We never fight fair." The second strike failed too, not because humans were stronger, but because they were unpredictable. Creative. Wild. From orbit, Earth still looked small. But to Zalak, it now felt huge and full of danger. He stared into space and said, "Prepare for retreat." Zalak asked, "What about Earth?" Zalak whispered, "It is not ours to take." The captured human soldier woke up in a cold, dark room. His hands were tied. His body ached. He opened his eyes slowly. An alien scientist stepped forward. Pale skin, large head, and eyes full of curiosity. "You are injured," the alien said. Softly, "Your body is weak. Why do you still fight?" The soldier smiled, though weak. "Because pain is not the end," the alien tilted his head. "Your species breaks easily. Your weapons fail. Your machines are outdated." The soldier laughed. "Maybe, but we heal too." The alien looked confused. "You don't understand." The soldier said, his voice growing stronger. "We break fast, yes, but we also heal fast. Faster than you think." The scientist took samples of the soldier's blood and skin. "This is strange. Your cells repair quickly. Your wounds close faster than normal." The soldier leaned forward. "We survive because we do not fear pain." The alien smiled coldly. "Then let's see how long you last." Days passed. The soldier stayed in chains, but he learned about the aliens. Their technology was far ahead, their weapons deadly. But they lacked one thing: heart. One night the scientist returned. "We will test you." The soldier nodded. "Test me all you want." The aliens placed him in a metal chair. It burned him with electric shocks. He screamed. Then his eyes closed. Minutes later, his wounds began to close. The scars healed in front of the alien's eyes. Impossible. The scientist gasped. The soldier opened his eyes. This is just the start. Meanwhile on Earth, humans prepared for a new plan. Zara, the hacker, watched monitors. "We need to get him out," she said. Kamal, the fighter, nodded. "If he escapes, he can teach us more about their weakness." Back in the alien lab, the soldier's cell door opened. The scientist frowned. "You're free?" The soldier stepped out slowly. "I never needed keys." He moved like a shadow, silent and fast. The aliens chased, but his wounds kept healing. Even when bullets grazed his skin, he laughed. Zara's team hacked the alien network from afar. "Opening the doors," she said. "Move fast." The soldier fought through corridors. He reached a hangar. There he found an old human ship, broken but alive. He climbed inside. The engines sputtered. He smiled. Time to show them what humans do when they're pushed. The aliens reached the hangar, but it was too late. The ship roared to life. It shot a pulse of energy. The lights in the alien base flickered. "Stop him," the commander ordered. The soldier flew out of the base. The aliens fired, but their shots missed. In space, the soldier's ship headed straight for the mothership. A Locke watched the screen. "Another human attack?" "Yes, Commander," the officer said. "This one is different. Zalak said. Stronger, faster. The soldier launched. A missile hit the mothership's engine. The ship shook. Zalak growled. This is not over. Back on Earth, the soldier returned to Zara's team. We broke their line, he said. But they will come back stronger. Zara nodded. We will be ready. The soldier looked at the sky. We always are. Days later, the aliens studied. The soldier's blood again. This is not just healing, the scientist said. It is evolution. They adapt faster. Zalak growled. Find a way to stop it. The scientist replied, or the humans will break us first. The soldier smiled. In his small room, we break faster, he said quietly. But we heal faster too. He looked out the window. We will never stop. The city above was in ruins. Smoke rose from broken buildings. Fires burned bright in the dark night. But beneath the shattered streets, a different battle was just beginning. In the cold tunnels of the London Underground, people moved quickly. And quietly. An old man named Thomas led them. His eyes were sharp despite his gray hair. Listen up, he whispered. They think they control the city, but down here, we are still alive. A young woman named Maya nodded. They don't. No, it's waiting for them. Around them, a crowd of fighters prepared weapons, some old rifles, others homemade bombs, even kitchen knives sharpened to deadly points. A child looked up at Thomas. How do we fight when they have machines and guns? Thomas smiled softly. We fight smart. We use the shadows. We never fight where they expect us. Above ground, alien soldiers marched through empty streets. Their armor shone under broken streetlights. We will crush the resistance soon, their commander said. Send out patrols. No one hides forever. But down in the tunnels, Maya tapped on her radio. All units, prepare for attack. Remember, no mercy. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed above. An explosion rocked the street. Boom! Shouted a young man named Ahmed as he tossed a firebomb into an alien patrol. The aliens screamed and scattered. Keep moving. Thomas ordered. Hit them hard, then disappear. The tunnels filled with gunfire, but it was different from open battle. The humans knew every corner, every shadow. They moved silently like ghosts. In a dark corridor, Maya checked her ammo. A scared voice came through the radio. Aliens are pushing in from the east. We fall back to Point Delta, Maya ordered. Ahmed, cover the retreat. Ahmed smiled. I got this. He fired a strange device. The aliens stopped. Their suits sparked and malfunctioned. Above ground, Commander Zalak watched the fight with growing anger. These humans are pests, he growled. They fight with old tricks and new courage. His officer frowned. Their numbers grow, Commander. We cannot find their leaders. Zalak slammed his fist. Then break the tunnels. Flood them if you must. Back underground, Thomas gathered his fighters in a hidden chamber. We can't hold forever, he said. But every day we fight, we weaken them. Maya looked at the maps. The aliens don't expect us here. We can strike their supply lines. Thomas nodded. Good. Then we hit them where it hurts. That night, a group of fighters crawled through narrow pipes. A child carried a box of explosives. We're doing this for Earth. The child whispered. They reached an alien fuel depot under the city. Ahmed lit the fuse. The explosion shook the ground. Aliens rushed to the scene. But the humans were gone. We must seal the tunnels, an alien officer said. No one escapes. But Thomas smiled in the dark. They think they can trap us. Days passed. The fight in the tunnels grew fiercer. Aliens set traps. Humans countered with tricks of their own. Maya found an alien drone. She smashed it with a rock. Every small victory counts, she said. One night, a human prisoner whispered to Thomas. They are scared of us, the prisoner said. They fear what we can do underground. Thomas nodded. We are their nightmare. Far away, Zara hacked alien signals. We're sending new codes to disable their weapons, she told Maya over radio. Maya smiled. Now they fight blind. The aliens launched a new attack to flood the tunnels. Water rushed in, but humans had prepared sandbags, pumps, and new paths. They escaped to higher tunnels. The fight was not over. It had only just begun. In the silence between battles, Thomas looked at Maya. They think this is a war of machines. Maya shook her head. It's a war of will. Thomas smiled. And ours is stronger. Commander Zalak stood in the cold, glowing chamber of the mothership. His eyes stared at the screen showing Earth, a planet still refusing to fall. He clenched his fists. Why won't they break? His second-in-command, Velrek, entered quietly. We've crushed their cities, taken their skies. Yet, they keep fighting. Zalak nodded slowly. Too well, too organized. It doesn't make sense. Velrek looked uneasy. There's something else, Commander. Zalak turned to him. Speak. We found something in our history files. A sealed report. Very old, from before the expansion war. Zalak narrowed his eyes. What kind of report? Velrek hesitated. A record of an early contact with humans. Long before Earth was. Marked as primitive, Zalak stepped forward. Why was this hidden? Velrek whispered. Because they were not supposed to survive. Deep inside the alien archives, the two commanders walked past dark glass panels filled with old data crystals. Robotic librarian pulled a file marked with a red symbol. Forbidden's contact. 3B Terra encounter. Zalak inserted it into a display. Flickering image appeared. It was Earth, but not modern Earth. It was ancient. No satellites. No cities. Just land, water, and fire. A voice spoke from the file. We found the world peaceful at first. Then we met them. Small, two-legged. Not impressive, but something was wrong. The next clip showed a human tribe, dressed in fur, surrounding a crashed alien scout ship. They were holding spears. Their faces were full of rage. Then came the shock. They attacked. They didn't fear the technology. They didn't run. They climbed the metal walls of the ship and broke inside. A final line from the report made Zalok's heart freeze. They burned our technology before they understood it. They bled, screamed, and still kept coming. We lost control. We erased the record. Zalak turned to Velrek. We didn't forget Earth. We covered it up. Velrek nodded. Someone didn't want us to remember. Back on Earth, inside a hidden bunker in Iceland, Zara was decoding intercepted alien messages. She frowned. They're digging into their past. Something they missed. Thomas, patched up from the last tunnel fight, sipped warm tea. What are they looking for? Zara replied. The truth. Something about us they forgot. Just then, her screen flashed. Whoa, she whispered. What is it? Thomas asked. Zara turned the screen. An alien report. Thousands of years old, about early humans. She read aloud. Subject species shows no fear of pain, unpredictable, adaptive, capable of destroying advanced units with primitive tools. Warning, do not engage on their ground. Thomas leaned back. So that's it. They tried before, and we scared them. Zara nodded. But someone buried it. On the mothership, Zalak paced his chamber. Why didn't we remember? He asked himself. Why did we think they were weak? An old voice answered. You wanted to forget. Zalak turned sharply. A hooded figure stood in the doorway, ancient, wrinkled, blind in one eye. Zalak stared. Elder Morag, I thought you were dead. Morag smiled faintly. Not dead, just waiting. For what? For the humans to remind us of who they are. Zalok's voice turned cold. Why were the records erased? Morag limped forward. Because pride is dangerous. And your generation believed power meant safety. Zalok raised his voice. And now? Morag said, Now you learn what we all feared. The humans don't just fight, they remember. In a desert outside Cairo, a strange discovery was made. Ahmed and Maya, now working together, found a buried alien pod older than anything they'd seen. This isn't part of the current invasion, Maya said, brushing sand off the smooth metal. It's ancient. Ahmed opened the hatch. Inside was a broken alien skull, and a handprint burned into the wall. A human handprint. How is that possible? Ahmed asked. Maya stared at it. Because this war started long ago. Back on the alien ship, alarms began to scream. Commander! Velrek shouted. Our soldiers are refusing orders. Zalak stormed into the command deck. Why? Velrek showed the screen. They saw the old files. Some are saying this war is cursed. Zalak growled. We are not afraid of ghosts. Morek stepped forward again. But they are not ghosts, he said. They are humans. Zalak pointed at him. You knew this would happen. I warned you. You ignored it. On Earth, Thomas gave a speech to fighters in an old subway station. This war didn't start this year. It started long before our time. They came once. They lost. Now they're here again. A young girl asked, Can we win again? Thomas smiled. We already are. Because we fight from memory, and they forgot. Zara's final message was short. She broadcasted it on every alien frequency. You forgot what we are. But we never forgot you. On the alien ship, silence filled the command deck. Zalak stared at Earth. Small, wild, defiant. He turned to his officers. Prepare to speak with the council, he said. We have made a mistake. Morek whispered from behind him. Yes, but the humans already knew. The war had changed. The aliens had started losing ground. Their attacks were slower. Their soldiers hesitated. Something had shifted, but Earth still needed a final move. A bold one. Deep inside the underground human base in Iceland, Zara stared at the old hologram map. A red circle blinked over the alien command ship, floating above the Pacific Ocean. Thomas leaned over her shoulder. That's the heart of their fleet, right? Zara nodded. Yes, their control center. If we hit that, we end this war. Thomas raised an eyebrow. You mean we send an army? Zara looked at him. No, we send one ship. Across the base, mechanics and engineers worked in silence. In the center of the hangar stood a black, sleek warship. Its name was carved on the side. The last light. It wasn't big. It wasn't new. But it was fast, smart, and impossible to track. Captain Lena Rayner stepped onto the ship. She was tall, quiet, and known for never losing a mission. Zara walked up to her. You don't have to do this. Lena smiled slightly. You need someone who can fly in unseen, hit hard, and get out alive. Thomas added, It's a suicide mission. Lena shook her head. Only if I fail. Inside the ship, Lena checked the systems. Navigation, cloak mode, weapons, everything ready? She asked. Her co-pilot Jin gave a thumbs up. All green. Small voice crackled over the speaker. It was Zara. Lena. Just so you know, if you make it out, you'll be in every history book. Lena replied calmly. If I make it out, I just want breakfast. The bay doors opened. The last light rose quietly and disappeared into the night sky. In orbit, the alien mothership floated like a dark moon above the Earth. Inside, Commander Zalak stood near the window. He sensed something was coming. He spoke to his officers. Double the patrols. Strengthen the energy fields. Velrek asked, You think they will try something now? Zalok's eyes narrowed. I don't think. I know. Lena's ship was flying low, just above the cloud layer. The AI voice whispered in her ear. Approaching target. Shield pattern detected. Weak point at the underbelly energy ports. Jin adjusted the course. We have one shot, Lena nodded. Then we hit where it hurts. Suddenly, 3 alien Drones spotted them, cloaks fading. Jin shouted, "Punch through." Lena barked. The ship rolled, dived, and twisted through the clouds. Alien lasers fired behind them, but the last light was too fast. Lena fired a pulse bomb. It exploded. In midair, scrambling the drone's sensors. They spun out and crashed. "Clear," Jin said. But they were too close now. The alien mothership was aware, inside the alien command center. Alarms screamed. "Unknown vessel detected," an officer shouted. Zalak slammed his fist. "Destroy it." Missiles launched. Energy beams chased the human ship. Lena pushed the engines. Harder, the entire ship rattled. Warning lights flashed. "We're hit." Jin yelled. "Not enough to stop us," Lena replied. They reached the weak point. Jin looked at her. "You sure about this?" Lena took a breath. One ship. One mission. She pressed the fire button. A massive core bomb launched. It hit the underbelly of the alien ship and exploded with blinding light. Inside the command center, the floor shook violently. Consoles burst into flames. Officers screamed. Zalak grabbed onto a rail. "What did they do?" Morik appeared beside him. "Calm, watching. They reminded you," he said softly, "what one human can do." Back on Earth, the base held its breath. "Did it work?" Zara asked. The screens were silent. Then, static cleared. A single line appeared. "Target destroyed. Returning home." Zara smiled through tears. She did it. Thomas shouted with joy. Others cheered. But Zara's eyes stayed on the screen. "She's not out yet." Above the Earth, the last light was damaged. One wing gone. "Power low." Jin groaned, holding his arm. "We're not gonna make it back." Lena stared ahead. "Yes, we will." The ship wobbled through the clouds. Behind them, the mothership was breaking apart. Fire and metal rained into the ocean. Lena whispered to herself, "Hold together. Just a little more." 3 hours later, a red flare was seen over the Arctic ice. Zara and Thomas rushed to the landing site. The hatch opened. Lena stepped out, covered in burns and smoke but alive. Zara hugged her. "You did it," Lena smiled. "I told you." Just breakfast. And far away, in alien space, the news spread. The humans had sent one ship. It was enough. They called it madness. The humans called it courage. And now the galaxy would never forget. Smoke still hung in the skies above Earth. Even after the alien mothership fell, the world wasn't at peace. Not yet. Cities were broken. Oceans poisoned. Skies full of ash. But something had changed. Hope had returned, inside the ruined United Earth. Command Center. Zara stood in front of a cracked glass window, staring at the morning sun trying to break through the clouds. "They know now," Thomas said as he walked in behind her. Zara didn't look back. "They should have known before. This is our home." Across the galaxy, hundreds of alien fleets were receiving one message over and over again. Humanity lives. The mothership is gone. Earth stands strong. Many alien commanders wanted to retreat. Others wanted to attack again. One voice said no. His name was Lord Crux, one of the high generals of the Galactic Union. Tall, bone white, with 4 glowing eyes. He stared at the Earth through a massive star map. "They think one victory changes everything," he growled. "Shall we send more warships?" One of his aides asked. Crux clenched his fist. "No, this time I go myself." Back on Earth, the people had begun rebuilding. Small towns lit up again. Power grids slowly returned. People dug through rubble, searching for family, food, and hope. But satellites picked up something. An enormous ship larger than the previous one was approaching Earth. Faster than anything before. Zara read the data on her screen. "It's him, Crux," Thomas paled. "We're not ready." "No," Zara said, voice sharp, "but we're not running." She picked up the speaker. "All remaining ships, get to the sky. All ground forces, take position." This is not just a fight, this is our stand. The alien supership entered Earth's orbit like a dark eclipse. Karuk stood at the front window. "Send my message," he said coldly. Soon, every screen, every radio, every frequency across Earth played his voice. "You have caused enough trouble. You are not part of this galaxy. Surrender now or burn." Inside a broken cafe in London, survivors stared at the message. In bunkers in Asia, children looked to their parents. In the ruins of New York, old soldiers raised their rifles again. Lena, still healing, sat inside a hospital bed and listened. She clenched her jaw. He still doesn't get it. A response was sent. It wasn't from the generals. Not from the leaders. It came from a girl in the streets of Rio, standing in front of a destroyed wall, holding a handmade sign. The camera zoomed in. It read, "This is our planet, not yours." That one image was shared across every screen, across every skyport, every colony. Zara smiled. "They've spoken." Karux growled. "They send children to speak for them." He raised a hand, then let them scream. He fired. A beam toward Earth directed at the Pacific. But this time, Earth was ready. Dozens of new defense cannons, built from alien scrap, powered up. They fired together. The beam was stopped mid-air. It exploded in the upper atmosphere like a dying sun. Krux stumbled. "What?" One of his officers panicked. They've learned our tech." Karux's face darkened. This planet was supposed to be easy. In the middle of the Sahara Desert, a new human command station went live. Zara stood at the center. "All teams," she ordered, "launch everything. Ground, air, space. We end this." From underground silos, missiles shot into the sky. Fighter jets rose from old bunkers. Satellites turned into weapons. Every part of Earth wounded, bleeding, but alive, fought back. Karux's ship shook as the first blasts hit. "Shields down." "To 40%, the officer shouted. Karux growled. "Use the ground scorcher. No time." Came the reply. Suddenly, an explosion rocked the bridge. A human ship, the last. Light had returned, repaired, upgraded. Lena sat in the pilot's chair. "Did you miss me?" She dove straight into the alien shields, firing pulse after pulse. Karux roared in rage. "Destroy her!" But it was too late. From space to Earth's crust, battle exploded. On the ground, humans used guerrilla tactics, hiding in the shadows, striking fast. Alien mechs stumbled over traps. Underground fighters emerged from caves, civilians, engineers, doctors, they all joined. Even the old and injured passed ammo and carried supplies. Thomas, on a rooftop in Berlin, fired at alien drones while shouting, "You want our planet? You'll have to dig through all of us." After hours of war, Karux's ship was burning, systems failing, troops dead, no backup coming. Karux stared at Earth on the screen. These fragile creatures had refused to break. He finally understood. "This planet is different," he said softly. His officer whispered, "Orders, sir." Karux looked down. "Retreat." The alien ship pulled back slowly, leaving Earth's sky. Zara stared at the screen. Breath held. Then it was gone. Silence. Then the base erupted with cheers. Zara exhaled and whispered, "They're not coming back." Later that night, Zara stood with Lena, Thomas, and a crowd of survivors. They were near the ruins of what used to be a city. The stars were finally visible. Again, people laughed, hugged, cried. Someone passed a flag forward, dirt-stained, torn, but still proud. Lena looked at it and said, "They tried to take our sky." Zara smiled, "But they forgot whose sky it is." Thomas added, "This is our planet." Everyone around them repeated the words, louder and louder. "This is our planet." The night was dark and cold, but the human fighters were burning with fire inside. Zara stood before the last group of defenders in an underground bunker beneath the ruins of Tokyo. We don't have much time, she said, voice steady. They are coming for us again, this time bigger and stronger. A young soldier raised his hand. Why do they keep coming? Why don't they give up? Zara looked him in the eye. Because they don't understand one thing. What's that? Another asked. Zara smiled, but it was serious. Humans never run. Above the earth, the alien warfleet approached with deadly precision. Commander Crux led the assault with cold confidence. Destroy their last defenses, he ordered. This planet will bow. But inside the human bunker, a plan was ready. Lena checked her weapons. We don't have their numbers. We don't have their machines. Thomas loaded his rifle. But we have something stronger. Zara nodded. Our spirit, our will. Suddenly, alarms blared. Aliens are breaking through the eastern tunnel. A scout shouted that the fighters moved fast. Maya grabbed a heavy pipe. We hold here. No step back. Explosions echoed. Bullets tore through walls. The ground shook. In the chaos, Zara saw a group of children hiding in a corner. She knelt. You're safe here. A small girl looked up. Will they win? Zara smiled softly. No, because humans don't run. The girl whispered. But what if we lose everything? Zara held her hand. Then we fight harder. Outside the tunnels, Crix's soldiers pushed forward. They expected to crush the humans like before, but this time, the humans fought like wolves, cornered, fierce, desperate, and brave. Ahmed threw a grenade. For Earth. The blast stopped the aliens in their tracks. One alien screamed, Retreat! They are too strong. Zara watched as the alien forces faltered. She raised her radio. All units push forward. Today, we take back our home. The fighters surged out of the tunnels. They fought in the broken streets, behind burned-out cars, and in collapsed buildings. Every inch was hard won. Crux realized something terrifying. These humans, he said quietly to his officers, they don't run. They don't give up. His eyes burned. They fight until the last breath. In the middle of the battle, Lena faced a giant alien mech. Her rifle was empty. She looked around. Then, with a scream, she jumped onto the machine's leg and stabbed her knife into its joint. The mech stumbled and fell. Lena stood, breathless but smiling. The battle lasted hours. The alien fleet began to pull back. Crux growled, Fall back. We will return. But the humans were not afraid. Thomas shouted, You want Earth? You'll have to take it from us dead. As the aliens retreated, the sky cleared. The sun rose on a battered but free Earth. Zara looked at the horizon. We didn't run, Lena added. We never will. That day, the world learned a truth. No matter the power, no matter the fear, no matter the pain, humans never run.